Hey, everybody. Does this picture make you hungry? How's everybody doing today? Uh, man, I have a few people in here. I do appreciate it. Well, I was doing something else and I took down what I was sharing. So give me a moment, please. Uh, formula and dog food. How tasty. You want some cattail? Let's see. Where was I? Hey, Nomad. No, that's why I moved their bed over here so they would stop jumping in my lap. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. Thank you, Michael. No, that's going to be stuck in my brain. Oh, Shiz in here. Howdy, ma'am. Howdy. Who has a warrant? Not me. I came with a warranty. What's up, Salacious? Welcome everybody. If you haven't, hit a like and subscribe. Oh. Being too sexy. Yeah. Have a warrant for having too cute of puppies. The dad and pup picture was very good. Did has anybody checked to see if Kaiser has a live plan for today? Sorry, I was going to over to hit the like button. So if you as of yet have not, Spider Dog, it might be GERD. Get you some pantoprazole. All right, let's get started. This is Todd's well, that didn't age well part wit after he did 3 hours and 50 minutes covering shiz. He starts to cover an email he has already covered, the Bippy stream that he covered for I think like 4 days straight. But I'm the one obsessed with him. Ignore the 24/7 live cat TV. That is, as you all know, my cat's favorite thing. I love that he admits that he likes to hit women. Just saying. I'm late. I'm late. Not that late, swine. I'm wasting time. Woodrow 1.92. Does that mean I passed Todd? Oh no. There's no hang on. I've dealt with this before. I'm worse at this than she is, so let's see how this works.
Well, the problem with this whole story for me is credibility.
Can you
Right. Yeah. Well, that's exactly right. Right. So I don't believe the government. Never do. I want to see raw footage if the government tells me a thing happened. If a troll tells me something happened, I want to see raw footage. I don't believe it. I just simply do not believe it. And to be quite frank, if Kaiser tells me something happened, I want to see raw footage. I don't believe it. I don't believe any one of these people. Not a single one of them.
I mean, not believing in thoughts, how does one believe anything, right?
And all I keep hearing is, we've got evidence, and shouting it from the rooftops is not raw footage. I don't care how big your voice is. I just simply don't believe you.
Brick, I'm sorry.
Have we not provided receipts for everything that we have claimed? Shown them how to go get those receipts. I think 3 people within our orbit at least have paid for said receipts and have proven that everything we've claimed is true.
I like that.
Can you, for the love of God, please read this? Because I guess he's been shit. Now, he's jealous of the fact that you and I you're on my panel and we're friends. But this is, dude, read this. I don't care if you're a fan of this guy or not. This is absolutely hilarious.
Broken system, broken tooth. Says.
Oh, okay. It's not broken trust. Okay, this is a good bean. Okay, Roger.
Okay, and it says, at Wyatt, you're here making fun of GS while you look like a Teletubby with Down syndrome.
I guess he's maybe saying I'm fat or I got a pumpkin head or something like that. I don't know what he said.
Oh, you talking about Wyatt? Yeah. Wyatt. Wyatt's the kind of guy that'll say really nasty things, right?
Mm.
Then get blocked or hidden
Wyatt's
from the channel.
didn't even make your screen.
They shouldn't even make my screen.
He's so stupid. Nope.
Then
he's so stupid.
He gets blocked or
I'm
hidden
gonna
from a
skip.
channel. You know, now he's
I
out there
gotta
in the ethos,
be
screaming
there.
into the void.
Yep.
And then
Goes to another channel and cries like a little girl.
And then he goes on to a panel and tries to tell you to unblock him and unhide him from your channel so that he can scream at you some more.
Yeah, hey, mods, go ahead and ping pong the shit out of Wyatt. Play with your food for a little while. It'll be fun. Just when he comes up from air, just knock him down. Because Miss Emma Payne says, Wyatt, stop. Yeah, I like Miss Emma Payne. So you know what, Wyatt? A whole bag of dicks, buddy. Just a whole bag of dicks. That's all I'm gonna say. Just a whole entire bag of dicks. All right, Miss Emma. I'm simping for you right now, Miss Emma. Don't tell my wife. Go ahead. And by the way, Miss Rats, if she interrupts you, please be patient with her. And I do want to have her opinion said. And her phone is she's a little bit lag behind, so if she's not meaning to interrupt you, just give her that grace if you could.
Gotcha.
Sorry, quick.
You said sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry,
We'll continue to opine. Oh wait, hold on. We gotta do the ping pong thing because I guess Wyatt thinks he's
that sorry stuff is disgusting, and given certain people's propensity for enjoying having teenagers pictures on their hard drives and threatening people with them is makes it even worse. What's up, Tav? Love you, buddy.
Wyatt thinks he's a tough guy, right? Why you think you're a tough guy? Oh, we got some tough mods in this.
It's so stupid.
You're gonna get dunked on by a female mod, dude. You ain't so tough, Wyatt. You ain't shit. But, Boston 2 GS. Oh yeah, feel free. Ping pong the fuck out of him. I mean, I don't even care. There's nothing that he could say that I actually want to count as evidence other than just like hit me on your channel. How dare you? Some jilted girl that didn't get invited to the ball. You're about to hear it.
So
go ahead, Rick. You got anything to say about Atlantis?
So we get this right. I sent him emails because he was making disparaging comments and lies, and then he blocked me from responding because that night that this particular email was sent, I think in August or September. So this is how long he's been butthurt about this. I sent, told him that he was a weak bitch for blocking me because Brick actually agreed with the points I was making, so he couldn't hear it. And then he continues to lie and disparage while nobody can make a response. So I just find it rather funny that he does this and acts like a tough guy, as usual. I mean, as per the fake tough guy handbook, right? But they're all alphas. A fake concept.
Yeah, no, I mean it's the same old nonsense from the doofus trolls that they keep screaming into the void, and I can't hear you. No, you're hidden. The ones like Wyatt
Exactly.
and Spider Dog, and there's some other ones, that I mean I hit them a long time ago, so they're trying to address what I mean. I don't see you. I don't. You're gone. You're hidden. You don't comment on my channel. You don't chat. You don't get seen in other people's chats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tell you.
By you, unless I put them up on StreamYard. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and when I'm looking at
Dickbag Patrol can tell you they even block you on StreamYard, so you can't come up on their stream and then they claim that you're too afraid to come up there. I love it. Yeah, Trump said. I agree with that. Hope you and the dogs are doing well, sir.
I'm looking at the chat, so I can look at the chat on StreamYard, but when I look at the chat, I look down at my phone. Like I like to chat sometimes and look at what the people are saying, but I don't want to see what the trolls are saying. I really don't. I don't care. Ultimately, they always say the same old nonsense, and it's really nasty. And yeah, you're more than welcome to scream into the void. You're in your basement.
You know what would be beautiful is if you time them out for 24 hours right now, the chances are they will get to like the last probably 5 minutes of my show tomorrow. Then they'll be like, fuck it, 24 hours. Then they'll get the last 4 minutes and 53 seconds of my next stream. And then they'll get the last 4 hours and 44 seconds of my next stream. Oh, it's just gonna be brilliant. right, let's get into it. These people are Muppets.
But
I'm going to
the way
speed
he
this up.
worded it seems a little weird.
I'm going to go
Anyways.
1.5.
Indeed, without mistake or lack of fact. Hold on.
Where you at, Vips? This is actual proper English, by the way. Very well written. And it says, I would remind you that unless you are indeed, without mistake or lack of fact, a communist, I live in a free country, son. I think you are dangerously close to making threats that would be absolutely delicious if you were to keep them. I'm sorry, keep. I don't want to editorialize this masterpiece here that was obviously written by a very highly not intelligent person. How about this? Don't act like a commie, pinko piece of shit, and start supporting my right to use my First Amendment by asking questions, you alleged veterans in the chat. First Amendment that you quote unquote claim to have fought for, or turn in any affiliation with the country in which I fought.
I will remind you that I did not. I do not have to respect your First Amendment. I am a person, not a government.
They fought for. Ball's in your court, sport. I like that. It was a nice little, like, sit on my lap. Tell me what you want for Christmas. No, you're not getting.
Why do you want me to sit on your lap? That's a very disturbing statement, Todd. Is this a confession through projection?
An opponent, you're an idiot. Here's a tennis racket. Go do something productive. The ball's in your court, sport. You came into my channel running your mouth in a venue that is a dictatorship in which I need to follow YouTube rules. Thus, I set rules as well. If you are not a satisfied customer with my product, I would encourage you to take it up with my dick, which you can suck every inch of. With Christian love, sincerely, Legend. By the way,
So he wants me in his lap and he wants me to suck his dick. Todd. One, it's kind of difficult.
Oh, you're talking about the part with me in Florida and the Skittles in my foreskin. Yeah, okay. No, that was like a wordsmith there.
Sorry, slow on the drops there. So anyway. Yeah, habitual line crosser rocks.
by the way, I'm Legend, if you hadn't figured it out by now. And that was in response to Ned Flanders, by the way. Just you know. Good old Netty boy. Just remember, guys, Ned Flanders lies. He doesn't stop lying. All right.
I bring receipts for everything I've discussed with you, Todd. What do you bring? Conjecture, conspiracies, people like Brick, rats to the moon to provide their expert opinions. But you know, carry on.
All right, let's hit play.
It's even grammatically correct.
Yes, it is. Vips, it was brilliant. Damn it. God.
I think he's trying to say that he's not a communist, but the way he worded it, it seems a little weird. Anyways, I live in a free country, son. I think you're dangerously close to making threats that would be absolutely delicious if you were to keep. How about this? Don't act like a commie pinko, POS, and start. Wait a minute. Oh, no, this is my bad. This is
So now he knows. He knows who the pinko commie is. Obviously, G2.
Yeah.
And he knows that I'm a freedom-loving Harley riding. Okay, that part I've never ridden Harley. I just kind of made that up on the spot.
Can't touch the
and
ground on a Harley, can
I love
you,
my country. I love
Todd?
freedoms and shit.
Not even a sports
that's
trip.
not what he wrote. Okay. This is what Ned Flanders wrote. I apologize, guys. This is what he wrote.
You know what is more priceless than the fact that the Ned Flanders iconography, the titling? I am the fucking Donald Trump of YouTube when it comes to passing out Sleepy Joe, low energy Jeb, you know, all these little.
He he hates the fact that I've owned Ned Flanders for a better part of going on a year, I guess, right? So bravo, Todd. So now you got to try to take it back, huh? You trying to own that I own the nickname, but I appreciate the nickname. I mean, it's gone well with my branding, so you can go fuck yourself.
These little Pocahontas, you know, all these little tags I give people, and they actually adopt them. They call each other my digs, and they're like, "No, we're taking." It's like women saying they're taking the word "cunt" back. Good. She was dead weight anyway.
Sir, nobody's taken the word cunt back. Cunt has always been a beautiful word. I'll call you that because it offends you, but it's still a beautiful word. Yeah, I'm all fired up. Trump said. He threatened to put pictures of my teenage daughter on online. So yeah, I'm a little fired up.
You know what I mean? I'm kidding, Rat. Though, if you come back.
Hey, having women on the ship is bad luck, you know.
What? How dare you? No, you gotta have them on the mast, right?
Brick thinks having women on his dick's bad luck too.
Time to the mast. Oh no, that's the wooden thing. Okay, right.
On the
Okay,
keel.
so this is what Ned Flanders wrote to GS. He said,
Oh,
I would advise
the
you
mast. Yeah, the keel. Is the keel on the front? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's the keel haul.
I never sucked a dick.
So this is August 9th, 2024, when he's calling me a communist one. And still talking about my kids, that they're adopted or that I've artificially inseminated them, and just now getting a relationship with my children. Todd, I've been in my children's lives their whole lives. So, and all my children were born in wedlock, Todd.
The dick or join the Navy. No offense, Gil. I'm just saying I never sucked a dick or joined the Navy, so I don't know what the fuck the difference is.
Shut your mouth about calling me a communist and hating my country.
Oh,
and then
yeah. Let me rewind this. This is from Spurgy, little Greg. Good old Greg. Let me slow it down because I love the way that I really love the way that Vip sells this.
yes, and
just listen to the needy, whiny, desperate tonality of this next email.
start. Wait a minute. Oh no, this is my bad. This is that's not what he wrote. Okay, this is what Ned Flanders. I apologize, guys. This is what he wrote.
And I just want people to note that he spurged out at 10:36 p.m. to write me this angry, and I responded.
Yes, when you were on there and blocked me, why does it say Sean up where? Ronnie Rebel. Mirrors. I mean, it's gonna take probably until Monday or Tuesday for it to hit national instead of just Alabama local. But I haven't checked anything. But that was the last word that we got last night. So
Responded at a respectable 6:25 p.m. in the afternoon.
Right.
Don't no one look at the clock right now.
oh, it's Sean.
Stop. That doesn't count. Don't look at the clock.
Yeah, thank you, Lola.
Don't pretend it's not 1 a.m. That's 1 p.m. in the afternoon. This is a completely reasonable time. And then I haven't been going on for 4 hours trying to use up all your hard drive space. You absolute submersives.
Submersives. So we're submarines now. Ronnie Rebel. I have more than one name. He likes to use all of my names. Greg was Greg Brady because somebody said I look like Greg Brady. Here, let me.
What's up? We got Vippy in the house with his lot lizard. Throwing that out there. Or his gecko. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so this is what Ned Flanders wrote to GS. He says, I will advise you to shut your mouth about calling me a communist and hating my country and then timing me out. You won't even talk to me online. You are a weak bitch.
Does that sound like it's coming from one grown man, a veteran, who's claiming to be tough as fucking nails to another veteran? Or does
It does
like,
not.
Does that sound like
sounds like some straight up middle school 6th grader talking to a 7th?
You blocked me on a stream, Todd, because you're too weak to hear the truth. So, yeah. No, it's news reporters Ned Flanders coming to you live from Etowah County Courthouse.
7th grader. Bullshit. You're a weak bitch.
but listen,
Brick, I'll advise you to go back and look at any stream in which you're trying to argue with someone. And you're shouting like a little child, and the way you're talking. Well, he knew a veteran once, Angel, and he thinks he knows one with Toddler, and they're also jealous of my career. It's okay. They'll be all right.
it's like he's got a crush on me. Listen, ready?
Well, shut your mouth. Ned Flanders wrote to GS. He says, I will advise you to shut your mouth about calling me a communist and hating my country and then timing me out. You won't even talk to me online. You are a weak bitch. I suggest you keep my name.
You won't even talk to me online. What? Did you forget about that time? Breakfast at Tiffany's? Don't you remember what it felt like? Why have you moved on, GS?
Yeah. Emotional damage.
What the fuck, dude? Why do you care so much about me? Okay, here we go. Uninterrupted.
He says, I will advise you to shut your mouth about calling me a communist.
Look
and
at
hating
Vince
my
laughing
country
right now.
and then timing me out.
Yes.
You won't even talk to me online. You are a weak bitch. I suggest you keep my name, my religion, my race, and my children out your mouth. It would probably be best to walk away.
Now, I want you to picture this with the lispy queer accent of Ned Flanders. Not G2, because he's a stout, grown-up, non-communistic, square-shoulder, rugged chin individual that stood and stared communism in the eye, and we both know that we meant business at the time. Sounds like an encounter after a bad grinder hookup, buddy. But I'm sure that it was vicious. The damage.
It was very vicious. They're called the FARC in Colombia, and more vicious than anything you've ever seen, Todd. Guaranteed.
Damage in the pounding that was being taken on all sides. Let's just see. What you got this one?
Yep. Professor Chaos 3D Print says a G2 sounding like a butthurt beta. Tommy Fraud. Get him the red hammer and sickle. Wham lance.
Man, so you don't slip up. Wow. Wow, man. That sounds like you had some.
You got this one?
Show up.
Mrs. Nut Cow, yes, they are. It's so yeah, it's been going on for a minute.
Mr. Mimsy says, I suspect G2 may have had a quiver in his lips and a tear in his eye when he wrote that.
Yeah, I can't be the only one that noticed that, right? I can't be the only one that noticed that.
In your face. Who cares if the wine and the bread is the literal blood and body, or if the grape juice and the crackers are symbolic?
Play acting this. I thought you. Oh, Finkel, you're so cute, dude.
Shut up at the right time.
You're so cute. Oh, by the way, this is how tough Finkel is. By the way, and we even asked him. I thought he was play acting this. I thought of him being startled.
Pat's cats.
Living in his grandma's basement.
He was
The gate said, I advise you.
What's up, Mania?
Okay, that
about on my channel.
I don't want the what that dude said.
Stud. What's up, Mania?
Especially that first sentence. Right out the gate, you said, I advise you to shut your mouth.
Sounds like a threat. And at the end,
you
slip
really
up.
address GS in public like that? If you were facing,
I don't know what the over-under is in that.
What Trump said, what do you mean? Yeah, I mean, those are my main things, but when, I'm just answering some lies, and, from time to time I do this. So it's all good. I, do what I do on my channel.
than that, but I
Face with GS, would you really say this first sentence here?
You should, because you can set your beer on my head, no problem. I'm exactly nice, comfortable. You barely have to bend your elbow more than a natural angle to get that beer back again. You should try to say these things to me to my face.
We gotta be honest with ourselves, guys. We gotta be really honest with ourselves. I would be shocked if this dude actually walked up to GS and was like, face to face, man to man. He's like,
wait, why'd you go to your other channel? Did somebody time him out? Oh man, did somebody make Finkel fall down and go boom? He had to switch to his other subversive account. Oh man.
He looks him dead in the eyes and like says, I would advise you to shut your mouth about.
Wait, Rats is in. Oh, there's Rats. She left us, and now she's dunking on Finkel, I think. Oh, here we go. You got this one, Rick?
Sure. Rats to the Moon says, no, Spider Monkey. One wouldn't have to have mods if there were no a-holes. But here you are.
As if by slut magic, we rang a bell and an asshole appeared.
Calling me a communist and hating my country. And then timing me out. I mean,
dramatic.
I understand that no one likes to be timed out. And it's frustrating.
Oh, my bots love the ping pong.
But it's probably for good reason. You're probably throwing
because you're weak.
Which is, it's okay. I don't mind an insult or two. It's good.
So,
yeah, I think
ladies and gentlemen, he's been backstage for 5 minutes. I've been suppressing his rights. I'm going to let him free from his cage.
Let's speed it up.
Welcome, Mr. Ned Flanders, to the panel.
What's up? You can call me Sean. You can call me Greg.
My voice.
Call me late for a bag of dicks. Ogly doggly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. After walking up to Mr. Ryan telling me to keep his mouth shut about me and my kids and my race, my religion. Yeah.
So I guess I missed it when he addressed your kids. What did he say about your kids?
Oh, like when he's always saying that my kids are mine and all that. You never heard.
No. I didn't say they weren't yours. I said the thought of
you have
in a woman's thingy, otherwise known as a vagina. Boys have penises, girls have vaginas. All right. The thought of you doing that gives you such a level of ick that you jerked off into a specimen cup, and perhaps that might have been turkey basted somewhere else. I don't know. I'm just saying, I believe that they are your kids. I think that, well, I don't know. Why aren't you still married? Love of your life, kids. I mean, listen, I guess we all fall off the wagon sometimes. Sometimes shit don't work. But is it because she found you traipsing around in her lingerie with her robe on saying, I'm so pretty, singing like Disney princess songs and shit? Because it seems like, I don't know. Or what'd you do? Was there crippling guilt and alcoholism or something like that from all the weddings that you blew up?
Well, I mean, my ex and my kids will tell you I was the king, or I guess I was the queen of Pretty Princess during that time. So, maybe I might have had a crown on, some clip-on earrings. So, yeah, it is what it is.
But you got the target. Doesn't matter how much collateral damage, right? Right, Ned? Doesn't matter. You got your target, so it doesn't matter who you hurt as long as you get your target, right? You just following orders, Ned.
Todd, tell me you've never fought terrorism by telling me you never fought terrorism.
I think we heard about that in the Nuremberg trial, Ned. You like to wear your little protective loincloth, right, of your religion and your race and all these different things. I could be a Jew. Hey, Jonesy, doesn't it say in the Bible that God can raise stones up to be Jews?
Nope.
He can do what he wants. He can do what he wills.
Yeah,
nowhere in the Bible does it say that.
Somebody can put the Bible verse up in the chat of where he says, "Don't be, you're all this hubris. I can take these stones and raise them up as Jews. You're not as special as you think you are when you're full of hubris."
Say that I'm gay, and the slur that goes with gay.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, Jordan Mac. Beta.
Is there a in this country? So, because a slur, right? What he's saying basically there is like, so slur is like slander, right? Is there like a slur in this country? I don't know. I've only been living in this country since I was born, and
swine. No amount of money to permaban anyone nor to ban anyone. Sorry. Trump said makes me laugh. So, hey DP, how you doing, buddy? Sorry, I actually believe in a free speech platform, unless you're breaking TOS or y'all know how it goes. Joey Simpson, that is a NSDM, not a NDSM. Get your facts straight. I don't think you're a real veteran because you don't know what a National Service Defense Medal is. Oh man, that's too funny. raised his hands during 2 times a war. He didn't enlist when he didn't enlist during the Gulf War. Wasn't he getting out about the time the Gulf War ended?
Nah, I'm pretty sure we've had free speech in this country since at least that long. So
See, Todd's even shaking his head no. There's no free speech in this country. Todd just said it. He shook his head no. I see it. I seed it.
what slur? What slur is gay? Tell me about that, Ned. You tell me. You tell me what slur goes along with being gay.
Hey, check that out below you.
Doesn't go along with being gay. Did I say slur? If I said slur, I apologize.
Check out that below you.
Yeah. Vegas Vip says, raise stones up to be Jews? Yes, that happened. Stone Jew, as in Josh.
I gotta say, Vippy, that was pretty funny. I can't lie that the highlighted comment was pretty funny.
Janari.
Yeah, whatever happened to that whole meme? Yeah. What a
I
trend.
don't know. You were gonna meme us all into oblivion, weren't you, Todd? Just saying.
Thought I was gonna back off.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look into you, Joey. Not knowing the difference between an NDSM and an NSDM. Scream stolen valor.
Back off Josh because he talks with his hands so much. You know, I figured he's got to be Italian. How much he talks with his hands. I'm not so convinced anymore. I think honestly, I'm starting to think he was adopted by a good old fashioned Italian family, and they took the name. And actually, he's like Robert's or what's his name? What's his John Stewart? You know what John Stewart's last name really is, right?
Here we go.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but yeah, I know.
I think it's like Lipowicz or Lipowitz.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah, I remember it, but I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, how about Jack Ruby? We just found out, right? Recently, some of us just found out that it wasn't Jack Ruby. He's pretended to be an Irishman, pretended to be an Italian. It's actually Jack Ruby.
Everybody knew he was a Jew, Todd. It's been common knowledge for a very long time.
Ooh, that didn't age well.
Why? So the guy who killed Kennedy was a Jew, so that's bad.
So my question is, we got Mr. Greg Galloway right here. That sounds like a good old proper.
Again, I never authorized Todd to release my full name. It is what it is now. He's shouted it from the rooftops. They've all shouted where I live from the rooftops. But whatever, Todd. But you and JJ are using it to put my information out there to God knows whoever, and threatening to release pictures of my teenage daughter. So, and thank you, Salacious. Thank you for putting out my correct name. I have 5 brothers and sisters.
Proper English name. So the weird thing is, and I understand it's passed on maternally.
Todd. You said my last name. It's not a proper English name. It's a proper Scottish name. Meaning from Gaul. So I'll let you look up what Gaul really is. And let you look up and figure out the region my name actually comes from. Do some educating, and families get intermixed, and Jews have been all over Europe and America for a very, very long time.
Internally, but the interesting thing for me is this: why would John Stewart be changing his name from Lipowicz to dropping his last name and going with his middle name? allegedly in Minecraft? Is it because it made him sound more Occidental?
Actually, when a lot of immigrants came through Ellis Island, the Americans changed their last names for brevity, and at other times it was to free themselves from oppression, to include Irish, Germans, Poles, Italians, and Greeks. Todd. That's just off the top of my head. But carry on, Queen.
Is it because of all the hatred against his people? But I thought his people were so talented and so powerful, and why shouldn't they be rich? Why would you hide from that? Why would you be scared?
What are you talking about? Because people were murdering Jews. People were murdering lots of people back then.
Would you be scared of your last name? What is so shameful about your last name?
Yeah.
I mean, I could tell you my family's last name from Russia, but I'm not gonna.
I never understood that whole name changing thing either. You know, I learned really.
Your last name is Jones, Brick. I guarantee you, your family changed their last name at some point in the near past. It's not a difficult stretch to think.
Really young that you could actually legally change your name. And I was like, why would I ever want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of part of who you are, I thought. But anyway, let's find out.
That they must be adopted. Are you going to carry that water for him? Because you've been on panel with him and laughed and agreed with him and he said that.
I don't recall that. I don't recall talking about your kids.
Dove was like, no, Vips.
I don't recall. No, it sounds like a very Ollie North defense.
This is a Vips fan. Everyone knows Vips is for Vips. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It ain't against the law.
Right.
Vips is gonna just as easily troll me if I say some dumbass shit. Yeah, guarantee it. Richard Foreman, ready? Yeah, it's Leibowitz. That's it. Leibowitz or something. It's like super like Ashkenazi. Like, why wouldn't you be proud of that? Like, Mr. I'm proud of it. Like, listen, okay, here we go.
Yeah. And then the whole people, Hebrews, and the whole religion of Jews is very personal. Being a Holocaust denier, blaming the Holocaust on the Jews when he flips that.
So, did you just hear what he just accused me of? This is false witness, by the way. I'm pretty sure that
is false witness. Is it, Todd? Because
it's Old Testament.
Don't recall my booty hole
with those 6 big laws, and I know there were 300 and some odd, right? 361 or 300.
613, sir. 613. Somehow people whittled it down to only 10. I don't know why.
16. Yeah, but hold on. Let's rewind this. Definitely bearing false witness against someone is that's a no-go.
Well, yeah, I mean, actually, it's the worst. The worst of all is the lie.
No, it's not. There's only one unforgivable sin in Judaism. Ricky.
With a liar is you can't trust the liar. So it doesn't even matter if he, killed somebody or that he did some horrible shit. It really doesn't matter. What matters is if you're telling the truth. If you don't tell the truth and you just lie all the time, well, it doesn't matter what you say. You could admit to something, you could deny something, and I will never know. I cannot trust you.
Not Trump said that'd be great. I mean, I was in Alabama just a couple days ago, and when I'm at the farm, I'm 5 miles from the border.
I love you too, Bluto. Did
blaspheming God, Derek?
Bluto say he's going to bed or something? Does he need love? Don't be effing with Bluto on my chat. You F with Bluto, you're gone. Rats loves it when you play with her, though. She just fucking loves that shit, dude. I've never met a more Machiavellian female on the face of this planet.
Clip what, Taff?
Yeah. There you go.
I don't recall that. I don't recall talking about your kids.
Yeah. And then malign the whole people, Hebrews, and the whole religion of Jews is very personal.
Here we go.
Holocaust denial.
We're powerful but victims. We're oppressed but in charge. We are walking contradictions.
I've never said we were in charge of anything. I've never said we were powerful. I said God has given many gifts to Jews, and a lot of Jews misuse those talents that God has given them. And they have to personally answer for that. That's the personal relationship. God punishes the Jews as a whole, but the personal part is. I saw a pineapple and I was like, "Oh shit! It better not be upside down."
In the Holocaust on the Jews when he flips that. Yeah, I don't have a problem.
Did you hear what he just said?
Very personal, being a Holocaust denier.
Show of hands, who has heard Todd deny the Holocaust or blame the Jews for the Holocaust? You know, Jews and them making porn and the such.
He's talking about me.
Yes, I am.
Trying.
No, he just called me a Holocaust denier.
Yes,
he's
I
trying.
did.
He's trying. He's a liar, though. That's the problem. Is he can't trust a liar.
So let that sink in. He literally just called me a Holocaust denier.
And
And
the Holocaust on the Jews when he.
okay, so wait, hold up. Am I denying that the Holocaust happened?
You've done both, buddy. You really have. I can't help it. Boston, always, always. You've been sicker than a roughneck. Did you have sniffles and couldn't go to Alabama for court? What's up, Chris?
Or am I blaming the Jews for doing the Holocaust to themselves?
Right. Yeah.
Now, didn't he?
Never happened, but it happened.
Yeah.
Is Let's in here?
What? All right. So like square the circle, genius. I think you were up on the panel at the time. There's like 3 or 4 people on the panel. I think he made the statement in my comment saying he's smarter than the entire panel combined. Yet he just said that I'm a Holocaust denier.
And you admitted that I dog walked 3 or 4 of the smartest people you know that night when I said I was smarter than everybody on your panel. Did you not?
Holocaust denier, and then I blamed the Holocaust on the Jews doing it to themselves. Which fucking is it, Muppet? Because it can't be both. That's a completely incongruent train of thought. It's a non
He's not
sequitur.
too bright.
Yeah, but no, he is. In his mind, he's a fucking genius. Did you happen to listen to him do his PTSD thing?
I'm
I
not
can only
a
make you
genius.
half of it. He butchered almost every other word, dude. I'm like, dude, I thought you said you were smart.
I'm not a medical doctor, and doctors even have trouble with medical terms, but I was trying to be true to the content and not cut anything out. You know, speech impediments and medical words. What's up, Tammy?
Smart.
He flips that. Yeah, I don't have a problem walking up to him, whether he was as big as you or as small as people claim he is.
As smart as people. This guy has bragged about being smarter than everyone on my panel, and just let him cook.
I face worse.
So you're in.
He's faced worse, but he's definitely worried about me. Little old 5'5", size 5.5, baby gap jump boot. Me. Like I'm about the size of a Chucky doll, I think, or something.
Let me be clear about something. Worrying about somebody when they threaten your family and they threaten and are a threat to your whole race is not a religion and people is not a call to fear. A lot of people didn't stand up to a small corporal from Austria either in the 30s, and look what it got us. So standing up in the face of fear of somebody who hates you and wants to see your people, his words, taken out of America, their 110th country, it's troublesome to me. And I will stand against it until somebody puts me down. So 4,000 videos. Goodness, Freddie. All right, back to it. we're not even going to get close to
or something. I don't even know. According to these guys,
In fact, Jewish. That's
I
not
am
a
in
joke.
fact Ashkenazi Jew. Yes,
Oh, okay.
I was raised.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember him calling your kids or addressing your kids. But
yeah,
if you do in fact have a clip of him addressing your kids, then I mean, obviously, I don't really want to hold water for that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on my page somewhere.
Oh, you mean where I said that I don't claim PTSD. However, they say that they think I have PTSD. Now I get on high alert, and I wasn't a fan of crowds at that time, so I don't do those things. I don't like going to military funerals, so I avoid doing those things. Now, if you want to call that PTSD and label yourself with those things, then that's hunky dory fine. But you know what? I get to identify in 2025 as a fucking furry and shit into a fucking litter box in the middle of a fucking high school, and your dumb fucking union ass teacher has to come fucking walk in here and scoop up my shit. Otherwise,
Todd, that has been thoroughly debunked, and even Joe Rogan had to apologize for his claiming that he knew someone that that saw that happen. It is not true. You're spreading misinformation and lies. A clear TOS violation, but nobody's going to report you because you're a content machine.
You will get canceled for being a bigot and denying my existence. But you know what? I'm not allowed to identify myself, but you get to.
It's not a false claim or a I mean, Trump said, a lot of people said that the little corporal was nothing to be scoffed at either, but rhetoric and hate, victimizing, gathering their armies of victims, and calls to action is dangerous. No matter how small he is, I mean, he's just happens to be in the sector, right? I call it out on larger issues in other ways. My little YouTube page, he's making direct threat. Ben Buttercup, what's going on? Enjoying koozies and hats. So I don't know. I mean, maybe. Yeah. I mean, but the lies affect people like Brick, right? And Rats and Gravy Girl and the whole they kind of pile on themselves, and it makes for a dangerous mix sometimes. I mean, even on the smallest levels, right? You get kids walking into synagogues and doing bad things. So
don't be a bigot.
I'm exhibit to you. I don't have a problem with that.
Make it make sense, retard.
But in the same light, though, can't you kind of admit that you've come at him sideways in his chats? You've made some insults
not
yourself
in recent
that are
days.
pretty.
Yes.
What insults have I really made on Todd? I've laughed at him.
Yesterday, I was offering actual good advice. Brick will even tell you.
I'm interested. You were offering some advice that I'll tell the truth about? Okay, we'll see.
Well, Brick, I was offering good advice. He just wouldn't listen to me. I was trying to teach him.
You were agreeing with me, Brick. Stupid fuck.
You know, the silly Goyim cattle.
Yeah, the same guy that doesn't.
So he's going to claim that I've told him that Jews considered Gentiles as cattle, which couldn't be further from the truth. We'll get to it. Yes, Sean, I know. We shouldn't laugh at Todd because
That doesn't even know what Semite means.
Commander.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to teach me, though. He'll teach me. He'll learn me, but good.
I'm not sure which half, though.
And he straight up just said, "Hey, here's our resident communist,"
Yep.
and started going off on me because I was talking about time, place, manner restrictions. I wasn't coming at him sideways.
No, I wasn't coming at you sideways either, Ned. You're a piece of shit fucking pinko commie. I thought I made it very clear in the fucking email that Vips is discussing right now. What is unclear to you, you fucking muppet? Anyway, actually, we're about to get into it, I think.
Or anything. And he just wants to pick.
No, I just get mad sometimes, Trump.
I've never picked at him.
Oh, you poor baby. It's somebody picking on you. Oh, what a fucking piece of shit. What a loser. Oh my God, he's picking on me. Ah, fucking retard.
You know, chickens have a pecking order for a reason, Ned. And you were definitely.
Yeah, you know all about pecking chickens, don't you? You like them to peck on that pecker.
Yeah, bottom bitch.
Like that.
And this was, when was this again? Yesterday?
This was last night with what's that kid's name? I can't remember. The kid that went to Pennsylvania. He was from Maryland. He was trying to. He got a.
Rats has a question that she would like vocalized. You can be like Obama's angry black guy speaker, and you can speak for Rats in a masculine voice.
All right. Rats to the moon says, Spider.
Thank you, dickbag.
Why do you come
I
here?
appreciate my loser.
You love GS?
That's pretty good, actually. I like that. That's good. Key and Peele impression of Obama, angry talker. Yeah, he's 100% obsessed with me.
See,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to misgender. It is 100% obsessed with me.
About 180 stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not.
I was just saying that. So yeah, I mean,
Okay, all right. Well, hold on. Let's play this out. Let's. This is in regards to PTSD. Read this, and keep in mind that the claim is that I said I had it, and now I'm denying it. Okay, so he cares so much about my mental health that he wants to keep.
Good to have you, Charger fan.
To help me. Now, if I grant that all what you're saying is true, precisely how are you being helpful to me? You want to read this one there, Brick?
Yeah, I got you.
What's up, Vippy? Good to have you here.
Spider Dog. Spider Biatch says, avoid it, Todd. Avoid the fact that you said you have it, and then said you don't have it.
All right, I don't have. Okay, so my question.
Todd, don't lie, buddy. We have the Periscope. You went over it. Month and a half in the house, not leaving. Right? Couldn't vote. Remember? You remember. Then, but you couldn't make fun of people with PTSD if you admitted it, right, Todd? You remember.
My question is like let's say I've got crippling PTSD. Let's say I'm dope coping like the fucking retard that smokes and drinks all the time on his live streams. Yeah. We know who that is. Let's pretend that I'm an absolute meth mouth muppet that has to dope cope and I'm absolutely crippled and I'm all about it being 100% rated and I'm all fucked up. And
well, I mean, you have PTSD. You had PTSD, but don't anymore. Which video, Angel? So God healed your back. So you shouldn't be rated for your back if God healed it, by the way, Todd. You need to go tell. Yeah, we presented it several times, Angel. I don't know if Jeff will want to do it tonight, but I don't have it on mine. But so God's healed everything that you were rated for. Your PTSD that you weren't rated for, supposedly. But now you have lung issues from burn pits. So, allegedly. Hope you're on that list, buddy. But, Doge has entered the VA to collect all our information. So, so we none of us may be getting paid.
And everyone should feel sorry for me, I guess. I don't fucking know. Let's say for an instance that let's say I have crippling PTSD.
Well, you stay in your basement 16 hours a day. I mean, at least you went out to a restaurant and went out with your wife, but you stayed on trying to dog walk Shiz while you were there. And then you went on a live an hour after. Yeah, God healed him, Trump said. He's all healed. That's why he has all those pillows too. And he can't work because of his injuries.
Wait, don't you care about veterans with PTSD? Oh, are you trying to push a veteran that you believe has PTSD?
We care about veterans with PTSD, but no, he just did this 2 nights ago, Vegas Phipps. So we'll celebrate Wrangler in other places. Today is not the day. Well, this stream is not the stream for that. It's saved for other places.
PTSD to do what? To get help over a cliff? Like what is the goal precisely of you constantly bringing up?
Remember, you don't have PTSD. You make fun of people with PTSD.
Me and this PTSD that you imagine I have. I'm just curious. I just don't think you've been around men very often, and you mistake the fact that I'm masculine as some kind of like aggression. No, this
You're
is
not
how the
masculine.
average
You're very feminine, controlled by your emotions.
Man operates in the world. And I'm sorry that your dad didn't fucking love you enough to teach you what fucking being.
Oh, Todd, let's not talk about dads loving us, okay? I think you're going down the wrong trail there, buddy.
And a man was.
Yeah, just to kind of draw attention to it, and I know that probably they don't understand it. That's why they keep on trying to quote unquote poke the bear. If it is the case that someone has PTSD, right? Consider it like a broken leg, right? So a guy has a broken leg, and you walk over and you say, "Oh, you have a broken leg." Oh, and then you tap the broken leg.
Here we go, Dr. Brick Side.
Does it hurt? And then he says, "Well, yeah, don't do that shit." And you say, "Yeah, but you have a broken leg," and you tap the leg. And then he says, "What the fuck are you doing? Don't do that shit." And then you tap the broken, and you go on and keep tapping the broken leg. And you claim that you care about the fact that he's got a broken leg.
All right, pause there. Pause there and watch this spurg into my channel. Go to the doctor and find out. You think when I out processed, we didn't
that's spurging? Spider Dog, why are you so unhinged and spurging, buddy? Jesus, man.
See a plethora of doctors. You think the whole time I was deployed and then coming back out processing from war and processing back into normal garrison life that we didn't go through a whole litany and a battery of tests? You don't think that I was, with all my injuries, that I wasn't in front of a doctor for
from war? He was on the war front.
Appointment after appointment, therapy after therapy, trying to fucking rehabilitate my body. That every questionnaire that I had to fucking fill out had all those questions associated with it. You don't.
How many people lied on those questionnaires, Todd?
I think that there weren't doctors all around me, family life advocates, psychiatrists, psychologists, behavioral health options available to me. You think that plethora of stuff was not available to me. But you, once again, are diagnosing another human being over the internet like you're a lawyer and you're a doctor now, apparently, or a psychiatrist.
No, you admitted it yourself, Todd. This is your words. He's merely using your words.
Or a psychologist, or maybe you're just a fucking jack of all trades and a master of all of those as well. So you say that I should go see a doctor. Then you say, go to a doctor and find out twice. I think you have issues and you're very obsessed. You have an obsessive compulsive behavior about you. And I think maybe you might need to be medicated. Now, I'm not saying that with any degree. I'm just suggesting maybe you should go to a doctor and seek some help. Ha 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 ha. You have issues, Todd. Go to a doctor and find out. Go to a doctor and find out. Ha ha ha.
Loves giant whale dick mystery.
Dude, do you read what you're writing?
It's Millhouse, bro.
I would hope you'd want to live a better life.
GJM, exactly. People live in silence because of people with views like Todd, unable to seek help. You're exactly right. We could actually do PTSD episodes on that alone.
Yeah, I'm sure you want what's best for me, buddy. I'm sure of it. Your past behavior has shown me that everything in the future is you're really fucking rooting for my salvation, me being delivered from whatever it is you think I have. I goes, you claimed to have it, Todd. No, I said they say. See, I'm not going to repeat it again. You guys are fucking idiots. Why are you so obsessed with my mental health? That's my question. If it's so
because you
disturbing
need
to you,
help.
you should go.
I mean, honestly, Todd, I have offered from the bottom of my heart to help you, and you just shit on it. Yeah, Charger fan. We've looked at it and verified what can be verified. Other stories are a little different. All right, Freddie.
You should go away. Or if you really care about it, Spider Dog, why don't you donate? Why don't you donate some money because you care so much about me? Donate to my Cheesy Puffs.
Cheesy Puffs.
Why don't you support me? You're so supportive of me, right, Spider Dog? Have you ever given?
High quality ingredients, Cheesy Poops can really give you that quick kick me up.
No.
Yeah, and do you know what I'm guilty of, brother? I'm guilty of not continuing to drop an elbow on Michael Kaiser. They weren't on my side when I was doing it. Matter of fact, they mocked and laughed at the fact that I was trying to reach out to Shiz to find out more information, to interview her, to showcase her on my channel because I thought she was doing good work. Yeah, I got.
Todd, you were trying to do it for clout. And see, there's your admission right there on Wrangler. You did 2 videos freaking shitting on Wrangler, and now you're sucking his dick. Sorry, I'm writing down something from Freddie. All right. Yeah, I mean, GJM, that's what I'm about, but sometimes I have to address knuckleheads too.
Yeah, I got mocked and laughed. Matter of fact, they said I was stolen valor. Well, that was proven to be absolutely untrue. They said I wasn't a combat veteran.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's still no valor there.
A disabled combat veteran that I wasn't allowed to call myself that. Well, even Jeff looked it up, found it on a .gov website.
You're not a disabled combat vet. The words are misleading. Though you can say it, should you is the question. Saying a disabled vet with a combat training injury would be more appropriate, but hey, the military went with the brevity, so I won't argue with that.
And then quietly goes, "Oh, well, what do you know? Well, there it is." And then quietly shut that fucking shit down and never brought it up again. Right? I mean, he brought up that I was not really a combat vet, and I never even left a watch.
Mr. Rican, it is a christen this channel with what, BSBT? Go ahead. I mean, as long as you don't break TOS, you're welcome here, just like everybody else. The chat is self-regulating, just like on Hill Pirate Studios. It's part of my study in bird law. I went back to school to get my PhD in bird psychology, so I can also be a expert witness on bird psychology as well. Hey Dale, good conversation today on audio file stuff.
The wire and all this other shit. All these things that are being claimed about me are untrue, but you care about my mental health. Wow, your fucking crew cares about my mental health. Well, not one of you motherfuckers that I've seen ever said knock the shit off. But you'll sit here and tell me that I've said I've had PTSD and all this other shit, and you'll sit here and claim that you care about my mental health while you fucking push me towards a cliff. But here's the thing, guys. You're the ones gonna
Sword and Shield, y'all. Sword and Shield. Todd loves to play the victim while he wants to play fuck shit games. What do we have here? Oh, there we go. Remember, Todd, you like to play games? You like to try to be real world with shit.
One's gonna go over.
Which is fine.
We're always going to be the ones that go over. Always.
Why?
Not me. You're pushing yourself to a cliff. Not me. You think you're pushing me.
It's true.
It's laughable. You're the ones that are desperate for help. You're the ones that are crying out for help. And I hope you get that help. You deserve it.
it hit me some kind of way with the kids and the communism.
I gotta let my puppy out. I'll be right back.
I don't know how much you've listened to my history, but after I retired from the army, I went and I was doing counter-terrorism, and I actually fought communists in Colombia, the FARC. They had a
shout out to playing the game of calling what our current administration is doing, fighting narco terrorists on the border. We've been doing it for a very, very long time. With mixed, with no results actually. We're just gonna win the war on drugs, part 2. Exactly, GJM.
a price on my head at one time, and I take really great offense to being called a communist. I'm probably the only person in his orbit that has ever looked at a communist dead in the eye.
Yes, indeed, Hefe. The crime spike is gonna be a real thing.
With ill will in both our minds. So, you know, it like I told him in my last email, I was trying to address it between me and him. Yeah, I got a little heated, but you know, at least I ain't screaming at him online. And then he wanted to take it public. So it is what it is.
If I remember correctly, you said that your dad was a Baptist minister?
I was raised, my dad is a Baptist minister. I went to synagogue with my grandmother, whose parents escaped the Russian pogroms.
So you converted to Judaism when?
Later on in my life, when I've been through the schooling and everything. I'm of the bloodline. So I mean, I've had the education in both. That's why I can talk about both very easily.
Hey, just for the record, I appreciate you coming up here. I really do. I don't have any disrespect for you. I mean, I've said it before. I think you're the voice of reason over in F3. I really do. I think you seem to resonate. For me, you have pretty much the best voice of reason in that chat. You said some pretty good. I mean, you've had some pretty good takes. And it's not like you're not
minor. It's a big difference.
I don't like going after people's kids. So if he did go after your kids, I don't agree with that. But at the same time, you guys, F3, you have come at Todd and especially concerning his son.
Well, I mean, there's a difference in an adult and a minor.
And there was some other.
I do have adult kids, but I also have minor.
I agree. I mean, if minor kids should always be left out of it.
Yep. So, and what it is what it is when it's an adult. I mean, he had. So I mean, Todd does not clean hands here. Like he said, it's a dictatorship over here. But he claims he wants to learn something, just like today. And I know Code had him all kind of ill today, but him still going.
Coded spurging out in the comments of one of my posts has been a hilarious watch today.
And calling Coded a Jew.
So Todd, by the way, that's me. That doesn't have clean hands. No, I got a lot of stuff on my hands. I'm a disabled combat vet. I seen a thing
But
or two, just like you.
What? Doing a trash call on the fob. Come on, man.
You netty boy, my boopy. Oh, my boopy! I'm so proud of my boopy. So
That's so
interesting. What did you
gross.
just say there about my kids? When Vegas Vip says
Your
he's
kids.
going after his kid.
Kids. There was never a kids plural there, right, Todd?
What does my kid have to do with any of this? That's the big question. And then this son of a bitch says that I don't have clean hands, as he sits there and mocks and laughs at my child, who has a particular lifestyle that they call me.
Oh, that you thanked us for playing videos of him because so you knew he was alive? You don't even know your kid's alive, Todd.
Names that try to get me canceled for having an opinion about certain lifestyles, as if they support those lifestyles, when in fact they actually kind of low-key shit on those lifestyles way more than I could ever judge them.
No. I do not agree that any of us should on alternative lifestyle, being gay, or anything. We make jokes.
Just like pretty much every liberal,
Nah,
fruitcake, woke, dumb motherfucker out there that claims to be a champion.
Hefe, we're all liberal, woke, progressives around here.
Of people's
All of
rights
us.
while they simultaneously shit on their rights, or they tell black people they're not smart enough to figure out how to get an ID in order to vote. You know, and then the guy goes and interviews some black people in the inner city, and they're like, "Yeah, the DMV's right there. I've had an ID since I was 16 years old. It's not that hard."
How did this go to black people and IDs and voting rights? I'm not sure, Todd. None of us have ever said anything about any of that. What's up, Spartan?
Well, all these white liberals think there's no way you could figure it out, and it's a barrier for you to be able to vote. They're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So who's infantilizing who? Who's got some kind of lower opinion of people of these different demographics? Doesn't sound like it's conservative. Anyway, it's not all.
Wait, I thought you were a liberal, Todd. I know you've said that many, many, many times. Oh, there you go, Mr. Rican. He said it. He has claimed that he is a liberal many, many times.
Not all, but most liberals. These cookies are good. You got any thoughts on what?
Oh God, he's eating cookies.
No, he's pretty much digging his own hole.
Oh,
matter of fact, recently he decided it'd be a good idea to start doxing my daughter now.
Where's the receipts that I doxed your daughter, Todd? Please do tell. I want a receipt of where I doxed your daughter.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of the point, is that, you know, he's saying, oh, it's all good. It's all good. I can talk garbage about people's families because they're grown people. Well,
You're having to reach back to August 9th. It is almost February 9th to try to come up with something on me. This is how sad and pathetic you are, Todd.
well, yeah, you can. You can talk about people's grown children. You can talk about their not grown children. You can talk about their dead grandma. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Try, Brick. It's called COPA. COPA Code Law.
You can. I'm
Sorry,
just
that was
saying,
bad.
it's more of a suggestion than a law, that it might not be beneficial.
Yep. And it might not turn out the way you think it's going to. You might put some people in harm's way with your bad choices.
I didn't make any choice. You doxed your daughter, Todd. You doxed Karma. You doxed Chief Offensive Name. Ronnie Rebel, it didn't happen. He did. The state of Tennessee more precisely did.
And woe be
I'll leave it at that.
to you if something happens to one of mine.
Todd, I've never threatened your kids, your family, or anything in any way. You, on the other hand, have, and you're about to again.
Oh, woe be it to you. And I'm on the record saying anything happens to my children, even remotely smells like some bullshit that you fucking stirred up, Ned Flanders, I'm going to hold you fucking personally responsible. God is my witness.
What are you going to do, though? I mean, really, Todd, what are you going to do?
It is extremely, extremely offensive.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why you guys see that. I just wanted to get some clarification on this last sentence here that you wrote to GS. You say it would probably be best to walk away so you don't slip up. I just wanted to get more insight. What did you mean by that?
That means if he slips into libel, defamatory statements, it's action.
So,
by the way,
so you feel for now that
he's fine for now, but he needs to keep the racism, my kids, and the religious bigotry out of his mouth. Nobody's reported him for TOS. He's whining about TOS. He is in violation of TOS all the time, and you know it.
So I got a question for you, Brick.
Yeah.
If I were to tell you that I believe a certain race, let's say I'm an Ashkenazi Jew.
Okay.
And let's this is a hypothetical. And I were to tell you that Ashkenazi Jews are the most superior people on the face of the planet. No, all other races are inferior to us. Matter
Here we go.
of fact, we basically view you guys as cattle.
Okay.
Now I've heard Ned Flanders say exactly that.
Receipts. Show me a receipt where I have said that. Now, you have said it, and you have also said that you believe that Ashkenazi Jews had the highest IQs in the world, which is not true. So, flame on, Queen.
And agree when I said, "Oh, we're just cattle to you, huh?" And he goes, "Yeah." As he had a smug little smile on his face. You are.
Jokes.
I think I was even in your presence when that bullshit
jokes. You
at one point in
stupid.
time. And I'm sure there's multiple people that have witnessed this
Seems like I
condescending.
remember it. But yeah, I mean, I already know this about the Jewish people. They literally do that. Yes, they have that mentality. It's not like something that they're born with or anything. They're actually taught that.
No,
Oh, yeah.
we're not.
Respect God's special boys and girls. Like none of us are special, right?
Right, exactly. Yes, that's the
Spider
mentality.
Dog, are you still in the chat?
Yeah. So like James says, the point is you can, but you shouldn't. And I'm not sure exactly what to, but then he also says, so what racism? I haven't heard any come out of GS's mouth. No, I'm going to present an argument to you that in fact,
He's never said anything racist, y'all. Never. He said it. We got to believe him. It's trust me, bro, math. Spider, when we were in shul, do you remember being taught that we were superior to all races, or that we had a responsibility to be a light to the world, and our responsibility was to shine the light of God? I that's what I was taught. Responsibility.
the real supremacist is Ned Flanders, otherwise known as Greg Galloway or Sean Galloway, whatever he goes by, otherwise known as G2. He's the real supremacist.
Right.
Seems to be a pattern there. Looking down his nose from his ivory tower at the plebs.
No, it's not. It's not my race, my religion, or anything, Todd. I'm just better than you. Period. Just as a person in general. Most people I know are better than you.
The proletariats.
Yeah. Well, there's a certain mentality that when
Mr.
someone
Reagan
expresses, if they see or hear a mentality. And like if I'm viewing what is going on and then the person says it, but it's not happening, I have to look back at the person who says it's happening and say, why is that on your mind?
That's
Todd,
a really good point.
Why is it on your mind? Why are kids on your mind, Todd?
You're being persecuted or prosecuted because of your race.
On your mind.
Maybe you need to see the doctor.
Right.
I see doctors.
Yeah. It's a mentality. It's an ideal. It's a thought.
Yeah. You know the interesting thing? Jews weren't even on my radar until I was 48 years old, 48 and a half, almost 49 years of age. Hell, it might even have been 50. They were all on my radar that every 2 or 3 years there's some new don't never forget Holocaust, constant reminder of how put upon and victimized the Jews are. 75, 80 years removed. How long has it been?
80 years since Dachau was liberated, sir. Remembrance Day. You called yourself Anne Frank on Remembrance Day. You talked about lynchings on Remembrance Day. But, do you, Queen?
I'm not the history major, but it's been about, 70, 75 years removed?
Been a minute.
It's been a hot minute. But, in 1932 to 1933, talk about pogroms, in ethnic Ukrainians, there were estimates of 6 million to 20 million ethnic Ukrainians were starved to death by a group of people that took power. They were about 7% of the political population.
So, okay, communism. Here's where we're going after the Russian Revolution. So let's talk about it. This is where I really wanted to get to. Todd is making a claim that he's about to make a claim that because Jews made up some Jewish people non-religious Jewish people, by the way, made up the Communist Party, 5 to 10%. We're going to be responsible for the Holodomor. Now, why were Jews 5 to 7% of the Communist Party? Russia was coming out of Tsarist Russia. The largest cleansing of Jews had just occurred not even a decade earlier in the pogroms up until the Holocaust. Tsarist Russia was responsible. So would a people want to join a cause that was designed to overthrow the people that were killing your people? Yes. Stalin was not in power at the time. Stalin was a staunch anti-Semite. Trotsky was a Jew. But he's about to blame the largest starvation event at the time on the Jews, who made up a small minority of the Communist Party. I'm not saying that the Jews were right in being part of the Communist Party, but they felt like they had no choice because of the deaths. And yeah, Trump said, I know, but hopefully the message gets to some people, right? So let's see where he goes with this.
Of Stalin's political party, but they insinuated themselves into the stopgap areas. Where can I rubber stamp the yay?
So Stalin, right? He's putting it. Stalin is the one responsible. The party carried it out. Yes, I'm not trying to carry water for that. But definitely not a black and white situation. Tens of thousands of Jews were killed during the Holodomor. They were displaced in the Holodomor. So, yeah, again, Todd's leap of trying to leap logic and revise history is astounding.
Or rubber stamp the nay. Where can I clog up or expedite what we want to happen and to avoid what we don't want to happen? We're seeing it on James O'Keefe right now. He's uncovering all this whistleblower shit, but they're saying all these little low mid-level bureaucrats are going to fight anyone coming in trying to make any positive changes for our country. They're going to lie to them. They're going to deceive them. They're going
to. Todd, that was one guy who was trying to get laid, talking shit that he didn't know shit about.
Sabotage them. That's their goal. They're actually getting caught left and right by James O'Keefe on hidden camera, admitting this on dates, being honeypotted.
One person is not left
not
and
good,
right.
Not a good look, boys. I like this James Stearns, by the way. He was giving hell to G2 the other day. Generally specific, when I said you can, but
he likes James Stearns.
In reference to your co-host saying you can discuss family members and assault them. Yes, I think that he would agree as well.
Yes,
that you shouldn't. I would agree with that as well. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do that you shouldn't.
And I noticed that as well. Yes,
mm-hmm.
He is.
I didn't understand the exact reference to that, but I appreciate you clarifying that, Mr. Stern.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, right? So it seems to me like we have ourselves a bona fide supremacist. If I were to tell you that Jews in New York have their own ambulances, have their own.
So Jews in New York have our own ambulances, and he's about to say that we have our own police force as well. What's up, Mr. Gary?
Police forces. That if a Gentile were to strike a Jew, that they believe that Gentile should be put to death. But if a Jew were to kill a Gentile, there should be a minor penalty associated to that Jew. Probably just enough to bury that person.
Vips. Good attempt at a troll, but you can believe whatever you want to believe. But Todd is very, very far from a good representation of what a Christian should be, given that I grew up in the Baptist church. I will tell you that is absolutely not true. And once you know how to read the Jewish scriptures, you will know that the New Testament is full of changes to the scriptural accuracy of the Hebrew Bible in order to deceive people. That was Paul's plan all along. Jesus and Peter were very strict Jews, extremely strict.
This is according to the Talmud. You can look it up for yourself. That's how they believe. That's how they believe that they are superior, that we are inferior, and that usury is perfectly acceptable practice when you're using it on the goyim. But you're not supposed.
Yes, that is true. You can charge interest to Jews. Can't charge Jews interest. It's the same thing with Islam. Islam cannot.
Sit on the Jew. That's what God.
Yeah, I mean, GJM, there's Baptist hospitals, there's Catholic hospitals, there's Presbyterian hospitals. There's all kinds of hospitals that carry a religious name, but they're also they also do provide everybody care. I mean, if we're as horrible as he says, how do you think we would make any money? I mean, really, I mean, if we Lola, no, not him. He's a special boy. He wouldn't get charged interest. And Jewish people who own banks also charge interest as well.
That's what God was talking about. But that's weird because when you're in Christ, there's neither Jew nor Gentile. There's neither male nor female. There's just those of us that are in Christ. But being that a certain group of people, I call them the synagogue.
Oh, wait a minute. You're superior to women, though, Todd. There's neither male nor female. That means that you should be a feminist. You should believe that women have the same rights as you do, right, Todd? Let's not be a hypocrite, Todd. Christ could not be man and God. There is only one God. Right, Todd? I'm sorry. I shouldn't get into the religious arguments here.
Agag and Satan have rejected the Messiah as Jesus Christ. Not only have they rejected him, they have sought to and continue to, and have persecuted him throughout the ages. And
no, Jews have not persecuted Jesus through the ages. The Romans have. Romans, Todd. You had to clean Herod's and Herod fucking I can't even remember his name now. My brain just stopped working. What's up, Freedom Fighter? No, Freedom. I'm not touching that poo. I'm not saying his son's poo. His son needs to be really left alone. He's living his best life, and that is. Well, I mean, believe what you want to believe, Vegas Phipps. As long as you're not nasty about it and hate your core religion, Judaism, but you claim that we're lying and we're wrong is very, very hilarious to me.
And those who follow them. I'm just saying, I'm just a young Christian, man. There's so much I don't freaking know about the world. But it occurs to me that things aren't always what they appear to be. And you should probably ask questions. Brick, you got anything before I hit play again?
No. Good point. Ask questions. Always ask questions.
Fair enough.
I can't vouch for that last statement that you made. But you're saying this last sentence.
When he calls people the F slur for gay people, that's not a violation of the TOS.
You said the S slur?
F. Foxtrot.
Does he mean a fanook? You're a fanook.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Rhymes with maggot.
You watching, Todd?
I mean, it's a case by case basis, really. So I can't really say.
It's not
So,
a case by
with the
case.
hate and venom in his voice when he does it, and the hate and venom in his voice when he's talking about immigrants.
Okay, so who gets to be the arbiter and decide that I have venom and hate in my voice?
You
No,
can
bro.
tell.
It sounds to me like there is one person that has hate and venom in his voice. Have you determined?
I mean, anyone? Yeah, GJM. I mean, for the most part. But I mean, my synagogues had bomb threats, shoot 'em up threats, and everything else. Pilot, sorry, thank you, Donald. I had a serious brain fart, but you had to clean pilots' hands in order for Christianity to work.
Have you determined who you think it is?
Yeah. So it's almost as if he never spent a day in 6th grade, right? So he's hearing these things for the first time. Maybe, I'm not saying it is, but maybe, just maybe, that is part of a. I'm not trying to be medical here. This is my opinion, my unprofessional, unmedical opinion. Maybe that's part of a disability.
That could be. Maybe my little boopy had a private education.
You know,
I did
my
have
little boopy have a private
education.
Well, no. See, one of the things that I know about is that a good knock on the head can cause a person's mind to revert in some instances back to a certain mindset, a certain age in their mind. So, like for instance, I had a cousin. In his mind, he was in a horrible car accident. Lost a lot of blood, concussions, that sort of thing. And so he retarded back to the age of 9, and his mind was literally stuck at that mentality of a 9-year-old's mind. So he literally went retarded because of that knock. Yes,
hasn't he said often and loudly that he had really severe TBI?
Yes.
No, I know what he said happened. That I'm not going to talk about, but I know he has said that he had TBI on many occasions.
Right.
Okay, so that's what you're talking about.
I mean, it's possible, and in this case, the route to take. However, mental condition does not give excuse for poor behavior. This is not something that the courts will accept, right? So very poor behavior. Yeah, you have idiots before the court, but when it comes to actual bad behavior, they still have to deal with you accordingly. If you are an idiot before the court, even in that factor, then they have hospitals for that.
Yes,
so,
I'm a reverted, retarded
instance,
person. Boston,
right, but what if you brag about being the smartest guy around?
Well,
you can still be an idiot. I mean, I know the answer to the question.
Yeah, see, that's the part that the courts would take into factor is like, do you claim that you are competent, right? And if you can even claim that, and that kind of shows a certain disposition that you already have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you claim it and you're standing in front of the judge, and the judge asks you, yeah, are you competent? You know what you're saying here, right? And you look at him and you go, yeah, absolutely. Well, then the judge has to take your word.
Why do I even need to go before a judge, Todd?
Yeah, unless you're G2, and then everyone goes, "Are you sure?" There we go.
Yeah. That's not a positive arrest, but nobody reports him because nobody is about being that way towards him. He continues to talk.
Well, in all fairness, Josh from F3 has called me a maggot with an F.
Josh,
Oh, we got blinders on when it's our
me.
friends doing the dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Right, Boopy? Oh, we hear no evil, see no evil, but we speak lots of evil against our enemies, Boopy. Oh, my boy was acting up again just thinking about it. I mean, what the Vips, with just the most minor amount of pushback, eloquently and succinctly, calls G2 on his absolute BS.
Groovy.
Masterfully dog walks GS into looking into a mirror, kind of like you did with Master Sergeant Retarded.
Yep, true.
You know, but they look at you guys like you guys are all
He's
like
claiming that you dog walked.
There seems to be a type.
Do you hear that? He said he dog walked GS.
That binds there. I can't quite put my
Well,
my finger on it.
For some folks, when they're out there, driving, taking their little road trips, a double yellow line for them is only a suggestion.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that'd be
I don't know
Italy,
what
actually.
the hell that
That's
means.
but yeah, if you look at them, then that means you're ceding the ability for them to cut in front of you without considering anything. You put on your brakes, bitch. Yeah. If you don't look at them, then there's some doubt whether you even see them. But if you notice them and see them, then they think they're more important, and therefore they will pull in front of you very quickly and with very little room. It's actually hilarious.
I'm not saying to report him. I'm not saying.
But you're not saying not to, though, are you, Ned? You're kind of just secretly telling me you're basically calling me a Yahtzee, aren't you, Boopy? I mean, weren't there people running around saying it's okay?
Hey, Todd, who called my work 3 times just a couple of days ago, Todd? Todd, who threatened to put out pictures of my minor child, Todd? Why do you have pictures of my minor children on your computer, Todd? Todd? You watching, Todd? I bet you're watching, Todd. I don't think he is. He's playing Magic, so.
Saying it's okay to punch a Yahtzee in the face like not too long ago? We can just do violence to people because we don't like the way they look or the hat that they wear.
I mean, you know, if somebody chooses to punch a Nazi, I mean, they may suffer the consequences, but I'll laugh about it.
We can just do whatever we want because we're the special boys and girls and we don't ask for permission. Hell, we don't even ask for forgiveness. Greg, bro.
What the fuck are you talking
I'm saying like
about?
anybody's going to report him. I'm saying that if he's going to be defamatory towards me and make libelous statements and then talk about making canoes out of anybody who has anything to do with our channels, heads, can't wait to see you on the battlefield, and nobody reports him for that.
Hey, are you noticing it, dude? There's like still people like Vestige of Peace, but it's okay for
Todd. Remember, Todd has to go back 6 months to pull up anything.
Kaiser not to show up. We've since moved way on from that, but they still want to fight each other. I mean, it's like, okay, cool. We understand. Well, a minute ago you were sucking Kaiser's dick. Now you hate him. Who the fuck can trust you? It's like
I know, Charger fan.
You're not a man who told a lie. You're not the boy who cried wolf. You're just a fucking boy who's a liar now. No one trusts you. No one comes when the real wolves show up and you get devoured because you did it too many fucking times.
It's going to devour me, Todd.
Well, I think when he says the statement, "I'll meet you on the battlefield," I mean, I think that's a metaphor.
No, come on.
Come on.
It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
Who? Oh man, Boston. When he says he wants to meet you on the battlefield and canoe your head, do you take that as a metaphor, or do you think that he fantasizes about this and he thinks that it would be a good idea, as he would waddle trying to carry something? Vips, even if he was truly seeking God, do you think he would act the way he does? Seriously.
Tell you what it is. And the whole comment about putting a canoe where your head used to be is if you intend, I said very specifically, if you intend to show up at my house, me or my family, any harm, you'll find me a willing participant in whatever violence is required to make you no longer a threat to me or my family. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Tell me lies. Freddie.
Yeah, it's called a defensive statement, and there's no court or any
defensive statement. When you say it in an offensive manner, it is not a. You can't use it again. Offense, defense. What's my $24,000 question? Audit. What's $24,000?
any sane person who would ever take a defensive statement to mean a threat.
Yep. But unless you're just a weak little interested bitch like you do.
Yeah, insane person.
Yeah, absolutely. Sperm donor insane. Yep.
It's a statement of imagination. It's a statement of imagination. We all know that we're not going to be on the battlefield. Like we all...
No. Well, some of us actually have been on battlefields, and yeah, I would say that Ned's probably been on a few more than I have easily. I'm not going to deny that. But yeah, no, there's 100% going to be a battlefield in this country very, very soon. 100%. I already know it.
See, I mean, it's a metaphor, but there's going to be a battlefield in the country.
You're already seeing the machinations of the deep state trying to thrash against what Donald Trump's trying to do. Now, what Donald Trump's trying to do right now might seem good to me.
So sending non-elected officials, non-official position officials into the Treasury Department to collect your data, and now today they're in the VA collecting your data. Todd, that's good to you? They're getting your data, not employees' data. Yeah, I mean, GJM. So as a Jew, we believe that when the Messiah comes, there's going to be world peace. Everybody's going to have a universal realization of God, and everyone's going to have the opportunity to follow him. Some won't. That's why we're going to have Armageddon, and then the world to come is next. So, you know, I mean, I like that take.
Fucking 2 months from now, it might be horror for me. So I'm very cautious about blessing off on giving the government too much power. And I think Brick and I would agree on that. He would be like, fuck the government, give them no power. Anyway.
You can't give him no power. We do need a defense, but that's as much as I would give him.
Yeah.
We all know that we're not going to be.
Rhetoric hopes for that day. He preaches it.
I hope for it.
You've said
Wait,
it.
I hope for it.
You
No, what I hope
said
for is
it.
that
You've said you prayed
so
for it.
that Jesus would hear from heaven and the land would be healed. If my people who are called by my name would just hit their knees and pray and humble themselves and pray and seek my face, meaning the Father's face, that Jesus said that he would hear from heaven and heal the land. Well, the land don't look too healed to me right now. And it must be because there's a bunch of stiff-necked, hubris-filled, overly proud people running around pissing God off.
He believes it. You can tell.
When he says stiff-necked, hubris-filled people, he means the Jews. He has been clear with me on who he believes that is.
No, he speaks in allegory and he speaks in metaphors. Sometimes it's a bit too much, maybe yes, but it's not to that extreme where he actually wants to meet you on the battlefield.
I call BS. He whines about knives and immigrants.
Wait, is Mira some piece of shit, unrepentant DUI fucktard? Who just continues to be a fucktard? Mira.
Uh-oh, he's talking about unrepentant DUI fucktards. I'll just leave that there.
Man, come on, man, do better, be better. I'm rooting for you.
And then talks about canoeing people's heads on the battlefield.
Whoa, Rick. Come in here, Brick. Let's have a conversation.
Brick.
What's up, bro?
Here, save me, Brick. I need you to fight for me, Brick. Please, fight for me.
Let's use hyperbole. Let's use imagination. Let's use allegory. Let's use hypothesis. Or, I'm sorry, let's hypothetically speaking, let's say you and I
let's
were
use
the
hypotenuse.
And if I win, my family survives. If you win, your family survives. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, we don't hate our families. We actually love our families.
Just for the sake of argument.
All right, let's just say that our families are A-okay and we have no problems. And we really want to fight for our families and one of us has to not leave the battlefield. Are you going to just like suck your thumb in the fetal position like Ned Flanders? Or are you going to fucking mean it when you say,
Aw, he thinks that's like my finger, suck my thumb on the battlefield. He just admitted I've been on more battlefield. He can't deny that I've been on more battlefields than he's been on. But he thinks I just suck my thumb. Todd, I didn't even live behind the wire when I was in Afghanistan. I lived in a hotel, totally unprotected. About the same time you and Jeff were there.
when you say it's you or me, buddy, I feel bad for you.
If I'm the only defense between that threat and total annihilation, yeah.
Would that include having the ability to canoe my head if it need be? Canoed?
I'm just saying, like.
Okay, allegedly in Minecraft.
Well, here's the funny thing is, I don't know if it would be a canoe. It might be something.
Allegedly in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't say canoe. He can't own a firearm. He's not even supposed to have a pepper spray.
I'm gonna quote Eddie Murphy in a movie like, "I'm gonna do what I gotta do."
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, it was actually Tombstone is where I got that quote from, by the way. Oh, yeah. A canoe where your head used to be. Jerk that smoke wagon and get to work.
Right.
Well, Vips, let me. Where's that statement? Being joking about it and definitely not having venom in your voice and venom in your heart and mind when you're saying things. It can be funny and we can all laugh about it. But when there's venom, vitriol, and hatred in your voice, in your mind, and you know that it's there, then that's when there's a problem. That's when the rhetoric becomes dangerous. It becomes rhetoric, right? The rhetoric is to elicit an emotional response. So, I mean, I just keep that in mind, Vips. And if you're sincere in your Christian faith and do not cling to the hatred part of it, more power to you. Just also be open to hearing what your core religion has to say in truth, and not what hateful people tell you that core religion says. There's some good stuff there. Sorry, I am really bad at this whole YouTube thing. I don't know why my other screen isn't working on with the sound. So I'm having to.
He has this delusion that we're.
I have a delusion. He's a supremacist, but I have a delusion.
Under some
I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee.
You bringing the phone? Are you listening at least?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right, here we go.
Currently, it's not to that point.
Oh, Wildheart.
The only place.
Wildheart's up early, bro. I'm gonna let you up, okay? All right. I don't know if you know what's going on. That's fine. You can listen. But
Yeah, no, thanks for letting me on. Yeah, carry on. I've just started watching, so.
Okay. What do you know? You got any first thoughts, or do you need more time to analyze?
No, literally just started watching. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's very good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well.
You too, man. Yeah, just.
The only place I've heard him mention the quote canoeing was when Boston wanted to come to his house, and when Boston threatened to come to his house.
And he on his plants.
Well, I think he insinuated he wanted to do violence to GS. That's why.
Insinuation, but GS is always being straight up.
This is some sissy ass freaking whataboutism. He said where he's heard that being said when somebody expresses a want or willingness to try to come to my home uninvited in order to try to harm me or to silence me or to do some kind of violence to me. And I'm not allowed to defend myself I can't even defend myself with words to try to warn you, to let you understand that if you do so, it's not going to work out as well as you think it will. It might cost you everything. Right? It might cost you everything, even if you whoop my ass. You might end up in jail for the rest of your life.
See,
so just understand, life's about choices.
See how he likes to do that. Oh, but I'm a disabled vet, so if you beat my ass, you've committed a hate crime. And I think everybody on panel, he's invited to his house, so I think his argument does not hold water by any sense of the imagination. As long as you come up on the publicly accessible areas, such as say a florist would deliver some flowers or something, stuff like that. Yeah, he is, Spartan. Yeah, he is.
Choices have consequences. And if you know what the consequences are and you still make the choice, then you chose those consequences as well. Dude, Vips, I don't know how long you.
Boy, that was a word salad.
Been in here, right? I don't know how long you've been in here, but you're doing a masterful interview, man. You really are. I'm impressed with your interview, Vips. If you're not following Vegas Vips, mods, if you're still in here, I know you probably don't like Vegas Vips, but if you'd be so kind as to put his channel in the description down below, or in the chat there, I'd appreciate it. Actually, I'll find it.
About violence.
Actually, I better not.
He's straight up about.
I better not, because I think if I open up one more thing, I might lag out the stream.
Self-defense.
Now, if I come up and ring his doorbell, come up on the sidewalk, up his driveway, and ring his doorbell, and he shot me through the door, he would go to prison for homicide, because I could have just been witnessing to him about becoming a Jew.
Now, hear what he's saying there, Reinhardt. He's talking about how he called me a Holocaust denier. Then he claimed that I said that the Jews killed themselves in the Holocaust, that they did it to themselves. So did I say that it didn't happen, or did I say that the Jews did it to themselves? So it can't be both.
You've said both times.
Situation, because you contradicted yourself in a very flawed way. He's very belittled. Go ahead, your thoughts.
Yeah, did you say either though? So both will be strange. Do you know what I mean?
I couldn't understand you. What would you say?
No, sorry, I'm saying, did you say either of those?
Did I say no? Absolutely not. No. Matter of fact, the only thing I've ever said.
Jesus said, "Fuck them kids." Damn, groovy. So he never said either of those things. He just straight up lies because he knows he's caught.
I've ever said really is, why is no one ever talking about the Holodomor? And you're probably going to be like, what?
Yeah, what is that?
Exactly. You should do a little research. You should find out what the Holodomor is. It might surprise you. I'll give you the TLDR, but I think you should read. It was a starvation event that happened during 1932, 1933 under Stalin. It was a Bolshevik Jew uprising in which they took over the power structure. A very few minority of a Bolshevik revolution.
The Jews took over a small uprising. So
took over the power structure of the government. They went around and killed almost all the Christians, and then basically blamed the farmers, the kulaks. They called them kulaks. They blamed the farmers.
No, that is exactly not what happened, Todd. I posted the links on further. I'll post them in the description as well on what really happened in the Holodomor. What caused the resentment was the mass migration from the farms to the cities by the kulaks and the Jews, and there grew a great resentment. And but it was Stalin starving the pretty much starving the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians were always rough on Russia and communists. So I mean, everybody was hurt by it. Um, a lot of people were upset that um, some of the Jews had places to go. That's how a lot wound up in America. They were sponsored to come get out of Ukraine, but they still had to be sponsored. It was a hard process to get out. Anyway, I could do a show on. I've done a show on the Holodomor, actually, trying to explain to Todd how it really happened. You just don't want to hear it.
And the farmers were the reason why people were going hungry. What they did was they took over the power of the government. They seized the means, production, and distribution of the food. Now, if you had given up all your food and you had put that crop onto a truck,
Stalin overpromised the world the grain.
Government comes and picks it up and takes it. They get to decide who gets to get that food.
Yeah.
Now, if you got caught in your field trying to glean, that is a biblical word, trying to find a little scrap of food, a little piece of corn or a piece of wheat, and you don't immediately turn that into the government, and they find out about you doing that, you go into a gulag.
Oh,
That was true. Even a child would be killed or sent to the prison camps if they were found taking something that was outside of their allotted meals by Stalin, not Jews, the Jews, not the whole people. See how he uses the Jews, but then he'll say, I love the Jews. Can't be both, Todd. Can't be both. So, millions of Ukrainians and Jews died. Jews were also a victim of the Holodomor. So during the Pale settlement, most of the Jews in Tsarist Russia were pushed into Ukraine, and as Ukraine is drawn now inside the inside the limits of Ukraine, about 25% of Jews in Russia lived in that area. When the Holocaust happened, of the 6 million Jews, between 900,000 and a million came from that area. So when you're a small community, remember we were at 16.6 million world population in 1936. We're at 15.7 million now. Yes. Yeah, Mrs. Metcalf. Ned, would it be inaccurate to look at the Jews coming here as similar to most other? It would no, it's not inaccurate. It's very accurate. We America had Jews here since 1670s, I believe. Yeah, Spider Dog. That's where my family came from. They came from Russia and actually got sponsored out of Russia pre all of this. It was 18. It was in the 1890s. Yeah, biscuits. America wanted to stop the inflow of Jews after a while. Oh, that's tough, GJM. Can I call it an even tie? No, I'll say Tel Aviv. Suck it, Trebek. I mean, Egypt has that's where Egypt is where bagels originated. So Pet Todd loves watching Shinra. Oh man, that's rough. Yeah. Mrs. Metcalf, are you sure those? Oh, 4 million now. Yeah, because it dropped down to like like 1 million in all of the Americas, if I'm not mistaken, right? You know that history better than I do, but I do studying Holocaust level of more than Holocaust level events is a yeah, Mrs. Metcalf, I agree. But I mean, I'll say Italians and Irish Irish and Polish weren't considered really equal with whites until the 20s. Yeah, it's still ongoing, Mrs. Metcalf. I mean, it's never going to get back up to those levels, right? So let's see where we are.
Oh yeah, I've heard the gulags. Yeah,
That's what happens when the Bolshevik Jews took over in ethnic Ukrainian parts of what was then Russia.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was 6 million to 20 million deaths were projected. They had to put posters up around people's village saying it's not right to eat your children. That's how bad things were.
Yeah.
That is true. That cannibalism became a huge problem in Ukraine, but it wasn't the Jews' fault. I mean, he's been passed around families, right? No, it's a definite struggle, and it's been a deliberate one as well. Shout out to plutonium on your uranium. Was it plutonium or uranium on your land? After all the treaties were supposed to be completely enshrined.
And just like the Jews were othered by having them being depicted as rats or vermin or anything like that, so were the kulaks. The kulaks also had different artistic things drawn about them to other them, to make people be more and more willing to do harm to them.
Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah, dehumanize them then.
Exactly. Good night, Pressmaster. It was good to see you. Yeah, so that's what happened during the Holodomor. Now that's just the TLDR.
That is a very bad TLDR. This is why his rhetoric is so dangerous, right? He brings somebody in who's never heard of it. He poisons the well and doesn't look up any facts. He cherry picks facts, just like I admitted where he said was true, and where he said false was false. Balls and strikes, people. Facts is fact. So, gonna let this go for another few minutes, and then we'll probably have to pick it up again tomorrow, unless he does something really stupid again.
Of a guy who I'd never heard about it. I never studied any of that in high school. I never studied any of that in college. No one ever freaking mentioned it. I had to go look for this stuff on my own. Well, see, here's the thing. Well, one was done to the Jews, but one was done by the Jews. So we forget the one that was done by the so-called Jews, which I, in fact and indeed, call the synagogue of Satan, which this guy...
See, he'll say the Jews, and then he says, oh, but not the real Jews, the ones I call synagogue of Satan. What's up? Right, Mr. Reekin? I have to breathe sometimes. Yes, it was Stalin's version of communism, Donald. And just 3 years later, he completely purged the Jews.
This guy over here thinks is some kind of an anti-Semitite dog whistle. But the Bible says very specifically, you who call yourself Jew are Jew in name only, for you are not a Jew. Your heart is far from him. So it would be a misnomer for him to say I'm being anti-Semitic against someone who's not actually a Jew.
Just where does it say that in the Bible?
Revelation 3:9.
Oh, right.
Revelation
2:9 and 3:9.
And there's also other examples of him being Jesus, calling out what he refers to as not necessarily exactly a name as the synagogue of Satan, but those who do their father's will. Good night, James Thorne. Pleasure. I'm gonna go ahead and hit play on this.
I've got one more question.
Sure.
You know, when he said if he walks up to your house and you shot him through the door, you will get arrested. I was wondering if that's true or not.
Okay, so I
probably.
wanted to speak on that. For that
Extremely
very reason,
true.
since I'm back, I appreciate you letting me speak on it. Good to see you, Wildheart. Awesome to see you. Hey, see you in a minute. So he's actually 100% wrong about that. As far as what I have seen, and I can be full testament as witness to, GS does not want G2 at his house. He's pretty much explicitly said this. Short of,
No,
I've
he
exactly
hasn't.
said that. I've said it live, and I'll say it again. I do not want you to solicit to me, and I do.
Cementite a new gemstone for me to make jewelry out of. See how that goes? Yes. Good. You need just to make the little dash between Jew and Elry.
And I do not want you to trespass, you specifically, G2, or any of these Muppets that have decided that they want to come over and have. Listen.
Oh, wait a minute, Todd. Now you're changing your mind. Uh-oh. Somebody's scared. It's Spider Dog.
I can't stop you from trying to do it until I can.
right, and so ultimately he has been legally trespassed by word of mouth.
It's Rich coming from Brick talking about legal trespasses and stuff. Mister, I want to abide a written trespass order.
And therefore, he has no right to be on that property. And now,
and I also have witnesses that could be called to testify of the fact that I have in his presence told him exactly this. Now, he can say he don't fucking recall all he wants.
He won't be able to say that laying on the floor. The fact of the matter is, but here's the thing: is ultimately someone who is intimating certain types of threats.
They're beautiful.
And you're coming onto my property where you're not welcome. You've been told time and time again that you're not welcome. The only assumption, especially in a red state, is that you've come to do me harm. Therefore, I will defend my life and my property with whatever force necessary, and that's the way it goes, especially in a red state.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I was wondering. If you warned him before and then told him like specifically not to, step on your property, yeah, that makes sense.
Correct.
Yeah. So what you got to understand about G2, he thinks he's a master manipulator of trying to set a table, what he calls racism or bigotry or anti-Semitism.
I'm a master manipulator at setting tables. I have shit all over my table. I've got calendars. I've got employee contracts, book about the Bible, 2 bags of coffee, and a crane model on my table. I guess that's a master table setter. Yes, Mr. Rican, he was. It's amazing. And that's why he had the spit mask, too. He went somewhere he was trespassed from. Amazing.
He thinks that he's a master at setting the table in a specific way. I have countless, thousands now.
I know how to set a table with a proper silverware placement and china placement. Exactly, Lola. I just, the stuff on the tables will soon be rolled. Yeah, my work computer has I had to put it back together because my the white cat decided she was wanted the table space for it a couple nights ago.
Now of hours on the internet between all of my Periscope days all the way through to present, the times that I spent online, Xbox, all over World of Warcraft, multi-user dungeons, back in the early 90s. I've got tons of internet footprint. Where's the clip?
Todd, you're bragging about how much time you've spent online your entire life. Is that what you did? No, I ain't even gonna say it. Never mind. Yeah, 15 forks for one meal. Sometimes. According to what event it is.
Yeah, you should at least back it up. That's what I said.
Yeah, I hear nothing but innuendo. And maybe 10 years ago that would have been enough to get me canceled. But what happened is you've gone way too far over your skis. You've accused way too many people that would have, should have, or wanted to care to protect you. And then now they're looking around realizing you're the boy who always cries wolf.
Do I, Todd? Or does just nobody care to report your terms of service violations? So, you stay online and your digital footprint keeps building.
There is no wolf. In fact, actually, that you are in sheep's clothing and inwardly are a ravenous wolf indeed. And in fact, I've been called cattle. I have been.
So Wouldn't you be scared of a ravenous wolf? But you're not, right? I'm just a puppy.
Called cattle by this fucking jerk off.
Yeah, in fact, actually, I wanted to bring up too. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's this viral video going around where the guy gets shot at. He's a porch pirate, and he's in the snow and that sort of thing. So I don't know if you've seen that one, but that's kind of the same scenario, right? So, you're breaking the law. You're on my property. You broke the law, and so I will do what is necessary. And that was only property, right? The guy was just trying to steal something off of the porch. It wasn't like he was trying to break in, and just that alone is enough. And if someone really believes that you can just roam around somebody's property after you've been told you're not welcome, or you want to commit some type of crime.
Did I not say walk up to the door and ring the doorbell? I didn't say anything about doing anybody harm or anything. Would I? No, he's not worth my time. He's a sad little internet boy. You can email me.
On that property, you got another thing coming in this country, especially the red states. You're just not going to last.
I can just ask, am I okay smoking on your street? I can turn the camera off if you want. I just like to check before. It's only tobacco.
That was UGS. Yep.
I didn't.
No, I was just asking, am I okay smoking on your street? It's just tobacco. But I
don't think it'll be a problem. It's probably already canceled because I'm even talking about the JQ. You know what I'm saying? They can tell. You can tell who's allegedly has power over you by whom you're not allowed to criticize. Apparently, I'm not allowed to criticize G2 because I'm just cattle. I'm the goyim, and he's the master race.
He's the wolf. Yeah.
Never said that.
I'm not going to comment on that hypothetical you just made.
Yeah, but you just made a hypothetical about Boston. So did he, and then he made a threat.
No, Boston said that he was going to come to his house.
Yeah.
Did Boston say he was going to make a canoe out of Todd's head?
I mean, way to absolutely move the goalpost there, genius.
I mean, did you say he's going to make a canoe out of someone's head?
Yeah, that means
Yes,
it's a Tombstone reference. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Tombstone, the Western.
Oh, it's an excuse because I got it from a movie, you see, and I thought it made me sound tough, but now I got to back out of it because somebody is. I'm Karen Flanders. What? I'm such a Karen.
The Western. Oh, you definitely got to check it out. It's some good old Americana. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically, making a canoe out of someone's head is basically blowing a certain percentage of their head off. So it's no longer there, and it would be in the shape of a canoe. Do you know what a canoe is?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it intimates. In a defensive posture, by the way, 100% defensive. I just I just dry heave.
Liar.
I just dry heave at the thought of violence. I almost gave myself a nosebleed at the thought of getting a nosebleed. That's how verklempt I get at the thought of violence. I don't want violence in any way, shape, or form.
Didn't Todd say he was more comfortable at war than he was anywhere else? He's so comfortable with violence. 72 fights and 0. But okay. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna end it here. Let me clear my throat. 5 hours, 20 minutes, and 30 seconds. Good God. Still got 40 minutes to go. Ooh, they're playing jazz down at the Cajun restaurant. Nice. All right, I'm going to play a video before we go. Remove that. Present host. Oh man, hang on.
But no sign so far.
Hang
I am also
on.
being told that. Hello, everyone. This is Lyle, the news reporter. I'm a different person here at the Bethany Division in Colorado. The Bethany PD. We're here waiting on the Kaiser Watch. So far, we heard nothing. Hold on a second. Yeah, getting live reports from Shiz. So what we're waiting for is him to turn himself in like a man and not be what is referred to in legal terms as a pussy, and turn himself in for his warrant. What's that? Okay, now I'm being told that he is still hiding. We're looking around for them. We here are at the Bethany Annex Police Department in Colorado. It's a very secure location, but no signs so far. I am also being told that this is not a real microphone. That this is I can't hear anybody. So that's news to me too. So as part of the Shiz Happens Action team, nothing to report so far, but we will keep you on these breaking news.
Lyle is a treasure. I have missed his comedy greatly. That was on. She has posted that, but I posted the link to it. Y'all can go grab that later, but assume it's going to be 7:45 tonight, unless anything else comes up. Yeah, the Shiz action team, Shiz Happens action team. We're the crack shat team. Well, I taught you bunker steps. Oh man. Okay. I will see you guys in about an hour. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I appreciate everybody that was here and everybody that has licked the like button. 70 likes. So that's probably one of my best days. So I do appreciate it. Y'all be good.